Hello there. In this session, we will discuss an example based on conservation of momentum, and then we will understand impulsive forces. Right. So let's take an example from our favorite sport, that is cricket. So let's say a batsman carries a bat which has a mass of 10 kg. Now, this would be a very heavy bat, but let's just assume that its mass is 10 kg. And a cricket ball is thrown towards a batsman. Say it is given that the ball has a mass of 250 grams and moves at a speed of 40 meter per second. Now, the batsman swings his bat and he gives his bat a velocity of 20 meter per second. Right. It is also known that right after the collision, the bat comes to rest. So we have to find the speed with which this ball bounces back. Right. So once again, in this case, we are dealing with a collision. Now, as we had discussed, in case of a collision, we will always have equal and opposite forces acting. So once again, to analyze the situation, we will include both the bat and the ball in our system. So once we do that, the forces that they exert on each other are internal forces. And anyways, they are the forces which are equal and opposite, hence they give a zero resultant. Right. So as long as both of them are part of our system, we see that the net force on our system is zero. And we know that if the net force on the system is zero, that implies that momentum must remain constant. This is what we learned from the principle of conservation of momentum. Right. So in this case, we can once again write that the initial momentum should be equal to the final momentum. Now in this example, we will see that velocity, the direction of velocity will change. So in this case, we need to be very careful that momentum is a vector quantity. So this time I'm drawing the arrows which we ignored the last time, because this time we would need to pay attention to the direction of motion. Right. So initial momentum is equal to the final momentum. Now since we are dealing with vectors, once again we need to decide which direction will be taken as positive. And once we decide that, the direction opposite to that will automatically become the direction which is negative. So let's just assume that this direction towards the right is the positive direction. So any vector which points in this direction will be taken as positive, and any vector that points opposite to this will be taken as negative.